8? Oh, is it breakfast time? Look at you. Look at that big pug. Oh, how are you? Okay, I'll let you be. Get them games beat. Today, I am back at the old stomping grounds, parents' place. And I'm here today because I need to record videos for these workout programs that I have. So I've always had workout programs down below in the bio section of the video or the description section. And I just always look for ways to improve them. I want them to be better. I want people to be like, dude, this thing or these programs are legit. And so what I've been doing or working on over the past 3 weeks is just revamping them. Like, I want the look to be better so that they're easier to follow and read. I want the programs to just include more like recovery, warm-ups, things like that. And then now I'm implementing video. So what was happening is I was getting messages from sometimes about the programs, and people will be like, oh, I don't know how to do this exercise. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to put videos together for every single exercise during the workout, because I think some people would get confused on like what a rest pause was, what a drop set was, and just other little things. And so I think having that video would help out so much more so you can understand what I'm talking about. So I'm just recording everything for today, and there will be like a link somewhere on the program to see how to do the workout. So that's what we're working on today. And I have a lot to record because there's a 30-day program, a 90-day program, and a 180-day program. And I won't be doing the 180 today, but I'll be doing the 30 and the 90. So if you guys are interested at all in getting one of those programs, they'll be done by the time that this video is out. That's not the only thing we got going on today. Today I have to go help my grandparents with something after this. I worked on something on their house like a week ago. And then after that, I have to do physical therapy. And then after that, I'm working on putting the home gym garage thing together at my own place. And that's just been a pain in the ass. It's not the fact that the work that I'm doing is hard. It's just the fact that things just haven't been working out. So yeah, that I heard that, but I gotta hurry up and bust out these workout videos because it's gonna take a little bit of time.
2 hours later.
That only took about 2 hours and 3 minutes because I got here at 11 and it is now 1:03, and we're leaving with our lady. And you might be like, who's the lady? It's the whiteboard. I don't know how many of you guys saw it, but in the recent video on endurance, I didn't have her at home. Said she was on PTO when really she was being used for a cornhole tournament. That's why there's names on there like Fast Axe, Feeling Corny, stuff like that. So we're taking her home. Yesterday, I actually lied. We didn't do any PT work, and we didn't do any PT work because I decided to focus on getting the gym or the garage done. And the reason for that is because I figured if I start working soon, I'm not gonna have as much time to put into this garage. So for the past probably 2-3 days, I was really focused on getting a lot of the stuff in here rearranged and moved around so that when we actually start building out the home gym, we can just move things in rather than having to move something in and then move this other thing because we're moving that in. So I'll just give you guys like a quick little update as to what has changed since the last video that I showed you guys. So one of the first things that we got done in the garage recently was we put this TV in here, and it was in my old bedroom at my parents' place. A little 32-inch TV, got Netflix on it and all that good stuff. No one has watched TV in here, so not really too sure why it's in here. Maybe just for the sake of having a TV in here, I don't know. And then originally there was like a big shelf right here that came out, and we had put it there because we were like, hey, we need, to put stuff somewhere. And so I got rid of it because we figured, you know what, we should put a mirror here. So then I installed this mirror because, when you're working out, you want to come over and be like, yeah. And then we decided to keep this shelf because obviously we have some stuff that needs a place, and so we just put miscellaneous just garage stuff on here, then hung my crab pot right there. And you guys saw this last time. We have the gym, or part of the gym setup, just the cage, part of the cable machine. Then we have an extension cable over there, my bow right there, and then we got the weight tree right here. And then we got the whiteboard back. What I want to do is I want to have this whiteboard separate, but I'm thinking about getting another one because as you can see, it has today's workout, which we'll go over in a second. And I want to put it like right here so that you can like go over to it and it'll have like today's workout. I don't know, just an aesthetic. Then we're getting rid of this desk right here because it's just taking up space. We'll put these doors back on the closet inside. They were removed for whatever reason. I'm not even too sure if they can go back on because of the size of the washer and the dryer where they currently are supposed to go. Shop vac, that'll probably have to stay in here, but I want to move it out of the way. And then I have this shelving over here that I installed, which was like a big freaking pain in the ass to install. It was just because the anchors in the wall just were not, they weren't cooperating. They were working, but they weren't like cooperating. Like one of the metal pieces in the back that anchors it fell behind the wall. But yeah, so we installed this because we had some things that needed to stay in the garage, but we wanted it out of the way as much as possible. Got a cool little coat hanger, and then we got all this paint and seal stuff that needs to go along with that. A flag right there, that an American flag, and we're gonna put the flag up here and like hang it from the garage. If you guys have any recommendations on other flags you should put up, let me know. And then I cleared out some stuff that was over here. It was just really freaking dirty. Gotta find a thing for my fishing poles to hang up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But back to today's workout. Today I was originally supposed to do legs, but I have to obviously keep it light on leg day just to help my hip recover and my lower back as well. So today I was like, you know what? We're gonna focus primarily on the PT that we were gonna do yesterday and do that for our workout today. So this is what it is if you guys wanna like follow it. So we have some single leg bridges, leg lifts, seated leg lifts, side planks, side band walks, tiptoe band walks, and supermans. So this is all to basically strengthen my hips and my lower back because it's how my injury ever started. So if you guys weren't aware, when I made the video on the update, so essentially what happened, my lower back muscles got weak and my hip muscles got weak, which put a lot of stress on the joint of my hip to carry the load when I was working out and running. So now we're trying to strengthen those muscles so that I can allow my joint to finally like recover and not do so much work. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. There we go. I had a good smack in it. That one actually kind of hurt my hand. So we just finished up PT, and something that's been on my mind throughout this whole PT recovery journey is how I'm able to accomplish goals in life. And I'm not trying to say that as in like, oh, I know exactly what to do in life. I know everything. No, because I fall trapped sometimes to being in the way of my own self when it comes to accomplishing my goals. But with this, I had a lot of trial and error to figure out, over the past 4 to 6 months, like what was wrong with my hip, things that I could do to improve it. And there was a lot of data collection from it, a lot of analysis on, what I could do, for the next month to try to make it better. And eventually I got to a place where I accomplished my goal of trying to alleviate the pain in my hip. And we're here today. I'm back on the YouTube,
running, I'm back, just doing normal human things. And I think that wouldn't have been able to be done had I not gone about it the right way. And I don't think enough people know how to go about achieving their fitness goals the right way, especially when it comes to putting on muscle. So we're going to be talking about specifically why people aren't able to accomplish, the goal of putting on muscle. But this applies to every aspect of your life when it comes to goals, not just putting on muscle. And the reason that people can't is because of something that I call the self-defeating cycle. So essentially what you have is you and your goal, right? And let's just say you set out a plan on how you're going to achieve that goal, but you only try it for 2 weeks or maybe even just a month. And you go, okay, there's no results, fail. And then you try it again for another 2 weeks or a month and you're like, all right, no results, fail. And then you do it again, and then you look at the data as to why what you were trying to accomplish wasn't working, but then you realize like you don't have enough data. You didn't give it enough time to even collect enough data. So then you're just stuck back where you and your goal are. And so for the sake of putting on muscle, this is what I see a lot of the time, right? So someone will have themselves in their goal, right? And then they'll be on a diet for about 2 weeks or a month, and then they'll be like, dang, I didn't put on any muscle. And then they'll be like, okay, well, I'll just start doing this then. And then they'll try it, and then they're like, dang, I didn't put on any muscle. But what they're failing to realize is like the time duration that actually takes to put on muscle. So they need to try something long enough in order for it to eventually work out. And that happened with me. I remember I was trying to get a six pack when I was like 18 or 19. I didn't realize, that can take a whole 3 months of doing one thing consistently. But the thing is that I was changing it so often, I wasn't even giving it like a 3-month cycle. I would try something again for like 2 weeks or a month, and I just kept ending up at ground zero, where it's just me and the goal that I was trying to accomplish, and nothing was ultimately happening. What is the antidote and how you're going to be able to put on muscle? So that's essentially going to be you and the goal to put on muscle. You're going to write out yourself a meal plan, and you're going to follow that thing for a long time, because it takes a long time to put on muscle. So you also have to be aware of how long it takes to actually accomplish that goal. So for example, let's just say you're in sales. You might be able to, follow something for 2 weeks or a month in sales. For example, let's just say I'm trying to increase the amount of sales that I make in 1 month, right? And I'm not making too many sales, but let's just say that I start doing a new approach where I present it in a different way, and I do that for 2 weeks or a month. Then I can probably start to evaluate like, okay, I made more sales this week when I started something new, just because the amount of time that would take probably wouldn't be as long as something like putting on muscle, right? So you have to be aware of how long it takes to do something. It's kind of also like, growing a business. You don't have all the money up front. So like, how can you say,
oh, my business is going to grow to $1 million in 1 year?
You'd have to have an insane product. Like, no, it takes some time, because then you have to, get investments, and then you have to do this. Like, it's a very lengthy process. So understand that when you're trying to put on muscle, it's first off a lengthy process, and you have to give what you're doing enough time in order to actually evaluate it and then change and try something else, right? So a realistic way would be like, okay, I tried 6 months and I didn't even put on any weight. Like, there was no muscle, there was no this, nothing actually even happened. Okay, well, what did you do? Evaluate and then change it. Because if you change it too often, too quickly, you can't evaluate why it may have not have worked or why it did work. So that's it. And that's pretty much how every other single goal in life works.
Now, again, I want to preface, I am not perfect. I fall susceptible to this every once in a while. Like, it's just human nature, I feel like sometimes. Like, you do something, you want something so bad, and then you get impatient, and then you change things up, right? Like, I want you guys to understand that, like, I will make that mistake at times, but I'm also aware of it because I've had an experience in my life where I tried something different other than this cycle, and it worked out. And so, I forget, I'm human. I get impatient, I do things. So I want to preface that I am not perfect, and don't feel bad because that might be you. We all learn, we all take life at a different pace and learn things differently. So if you learn this from today's video, that's a freaking good thing, right? Whether you learned it at the age of 15 or you learned it at the age of 30, like, it doesn't even matter as long as you eventually figured it out. And so if I could help you out today, great. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video, guys. I'm heading out today to Eastern Washington, taking the first ever vacation of summer that I've taken. It's been just a hectic
a hectic summer. So yeah, but I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know I will be back. And as always, die trying to do what you love. The sky's the limit. I'll see you all in the next one.